Hello and welcome. Tuesday noon, the Marianne and Corinna show.
And how does it get any better than this?
And we had a short conversation about what are we going to talk about today. And so much that is true for both of us is we are willing to receive and perceive what the earth is gifting to us. And it's really an interesting thing. How would you feel if somebody is gifting something to you? No, if you are gifting something to somebody else and the other person is not receiving it. How does that feel? Mm-hmm. And would we be willing to really, truly start to receive the gifts that the earth is giving us? And those gifts can be a bouquet of flowers. Those gifts are food. Because without the earth helping us grow these items, we wouldn't be able to eat them. So can we have the gratitude for those gifts? Are we willing to receive those gifts and really be aware of it? Not just, oh yeah, I'm receiving. Because we're so used to the give and take from this reality where somebody gives us something and there are strings attached. They expect certain things in return. I give you a gift, so you have to give to me X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. But gifting has no strings attached. The moment, and that has been true for me for a long time, the moment I hand the gift over to the other person, it's no longer mine. I have no control over what they do. And from my perspective, they can do with it whatever they choose to do, which could mean they could appreciate it. They don't like it, so they're passing it on. Whatever works, So what experience do you have with give and take and gifting and receiving, Marianne?
Do you have a little bit time for that? When looking back in my life, I saw so many give and take. As there was also that not being present of the gratitude. That's an energy for me that's going along. But let us keep us with the give, take the gifting and receiving is what I loved, Corinna, as you say, when you gift something to someone, whatever that is, once gifted, there it stopped for me also. But I could really have fun when I, perhaps a family or a friend's birthday, and I wanted to buy a present. The journey of going and looking for something, really going with who I am, who the other person is, and the message or the gift, not always, it was for a while, but I know now that there was a lot of judgment going with that also. So that I left behind also, but the journey. So, and speaking also like, what is a contribution for that person? Even though, and I can say, more in the last years, I could perceive ahead that what I was gifting would not be received because it didn't match what they were
expecting,
thinking about or judging or whatever. And nevertheless, I gifted it because I could perceive somehow the contribution, but that contribution wasn't about me and not about my responsibility, not about ever to go along with that. And that changed a lot for me, as for so many years also working with the body.
Mm-hmm.
How many times the gift of my body was, I was with my body. Now I can see also that it was together with the earth, that gifting. So many times it wasn't received. It wasn't received.
Mm-hmm.
And also when I stopped to think about it, or even to judge it like, oh, I can go on, but they will come back and they will go on and on and on, and then they will invent something different to come again and again and again. So all those not received judgments, when I left those aside, then the true gifting started,
Yeah.
because I could receive myself,
Yeah.
acknowledging myself, and from that aspect of receiving, then the gifting was a whole complete new reality.
Yeah. I get that. And listening to you, what popped back into my mind was the past 3 days, or not past, but Friday through Sunday, I was at an expo. And what really struck me is there was a baby in a stroller, and mom was interacting with the baby. And then dad was interacting with the baby. And then abruptly, they left the baby, pushed the baby aside, so to speak, and turned to their friends that were around them. And the baby didn't like that. The baby started fussing. And they thought with just doing the stroller rock and roll that it would calm down the baby. And it was so obvious for me that the baby was basically saying, hey, where am I as a sudden? You know, do I no longer exist? And then a little while later, I saw dad with the baby in his arms, and the baby was quiet again. Because it was part of the group.
Yeah.
It wasn't just pushed aside. And how much do we do that? Not even just with babies, but with a lot of things. We are present with something for a moment, and then we go into a totally different world, or what, I don't know what it is, but that doesn't exist anymore then. And it sounds like, yeah, but I can only be present with one thing at a time. That is one of the big lies that we're being told. Because I can be present with a lot of things. Like on Sunday, there was an Access event going on. And I couldn't tune in because I had people at the booth that had questions. And so I wanted to attend to them. While at the same time, I was aware, even though I was not hearing anything, I was not seeing anything, I was aware of the event going on. We can be so much more, and we can receive so much more, and we can gift so much more. Because I received a lot from just being aware of the event going on, while I was also contributing to the event.
Yeah.
And that is not a linear way of looking at things, which is a way we are entrained to. Everything is linear, A, B, C. But that it could be jumbled up and simultaneous is not something that we even entertain as a possibility.
Yeah. And for going back with what you told about the baby and then put it aside, and then it's really telling, hey, I'm still here. What is that? The baby wanted to be present. It is present, but what if it was perceived that it wasn't received and it would contribute it another way with so much more ease? So yeah, we are with so much present, because isn't that our natural being? We are everywhere. And how much are we fighting against that? Because the idea of the body is the one who limits us.
That's the one thing. But I'm also wondering, how much are we truly present? Just because I'm listening to you, am I truly present with you?
True story.
The words, you know?
Yeah, yeah, true story. And it is so different. And I know when I'm not really, I can, I, yeah, I can have moments, Karina, when I'm present with so many things at the same time, but not that presence as really conscious presence. And when then there is someone speaking to me, I can say, really, I can hear you. I hear your words, but I'm not present with your words. So a conversation is quite more challenging at that time. And is that wrong? No, that isn't the wrongness.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it helps a lot when I acknowledge and recognize, yeah, I'm everywhere now. And what is required? Do we? Because before, Karina, I had the idea that I had to diminish myself or contract myself to be more present in the moment, as a matter of speaking, or with a subject or with a person. Now I know it isn't.
Nope, you don't have to, yeah. And how much are we willing? I mean, that is in a way also where the earth teaches us. How much are we present with the earth? Yeah, we hear the birds in the morning, but are we really hearing them? Are we present with them? Am I present with the flowers, with the, the bush, the tree, whatever it is? Am I present with it? And if I am willing to be present and to receive that contribution that the tree, the flowers, the animals are, then how much more am I also becoming aware? And do we desire that awareness?
That's a good question, Karina. Do we desire? Are we really interested? Because it can smacking in your face. As as today, there was something that smacked in my face, and it was not that I wasn't aware of it already or not conscious, but today, perhaps by being really, really present with it, it was like, wow, how no matter what our judgments are, no matter what we put onto the earth, how we treat the earth never stops gifting.
Mm-hmm.
The earth never stops gifting. And I saw also immediately, wow, but my body also never stops gifting. Whatever I'm choosing, how much I go against,
Yeah.
It's still gifting without any judgment, without, it is just gifting and receiving, because it's receiving everything also
It's
from
true.
us who are living on the earth, and my body is receiving not only my judgments, but from all those around me.
Yeah. It's the willingness to receive, and how much do we divide the world into good and bad? How much are we willing to receive the good stuff, but we are not willing to receive the bad stuff? And how much is that division not only causing a separation, but also us preventing us from seeing the positive in something that we have judged as negative? Because we go so quick
Yeah,
to judgment, we're so entrained to, we need to judge everything and anything.
yeah, yeah. And aren't we also entrained to receive what is matching our judgments?
Oh, no, not at all.
No, no. Oh, sorry. I'm so wrong for that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely.
But those are those nuggets when those open up really by being present with it.
Mhm.
That's when the thing changed really, like
Yeah,
breaks every time my world open and receiving more, receiving, there we are again, receiving more of me,
yeah,
receiving more of the earth, because I am the earth in a matter of speaking.
yeah. And it truly is this, how much have I learned by hearing myself think, oh, I'm thinking that way. And then, oh, where does that come from? And what does that mean? How does it translate? How does the effect of this show up in my life? And if I don't like it, it allows me to make a change.
And that's also the entrainment of looking for reference points.
Yes. And for looking for stuff outside of me. Not,
Yeah, that,
I'm not it, but it's something outside of me that is causing this. No, it's how I think about things is causing whatever is going on in my life.
yeah. And oh yeah. And by being more and more and more present and choosing also
Yeah.
for being present, that, yeah, that opened a lot. As going back years ago, as my journey for myself started, it was looking for myself, looking for who am I, going after something as it's all outside of me.
And as if there is a definition for it.
If there is a definition of me,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 true, true. But so many spiritual modalities are aligned with this search of something outside of us as the enlightenment. You are going towards something, whatever that is, and you go and sit down and you have talks with something higher than yourself, or whatever terms they use. And that's something that Access brought me. When I came along with Access, it was for the first time that I was really, wow, now I know I'm home, not coming home, but I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I discovered so much and I could receive so much more for myself, but it was the first time that it is, what do you know? What do I know?
Yeah.
And nothing of, yeah, you have to follow this or that or do it that way or that way. As so many people on earth, we are so many different aspects at the same time of the oneness. We aren't separated. Not one is separated. Not one molecule is separated.
The molecule,
Although,
but we don't get it.
yeah, 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 that although we are different, because all of us do know something that no one else knows.
Yeah.
And so many times in all those modalities, I heard everything. That was the contradiction they had. So all you have to know, you know, was what they said. But at the same time, they gave all different tools or exercises to go and look for that what you know outside of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so contradicted, and I believe that therefore I couldn't really stick with the prescriptions of modalities. I never could, and I made myself wrong for that because I really thought there was something wrong with me.
Yeah. We're not. But see, the one thing that I'm slowly, truly grasping is humans are the only species that have doubt in their world. Does a horse doubt itself? Does a bear doubt itself? Does a tree doubt itself? No, they know I'm a tree, I'm a horse, I'm a bear. But we are so full of doubt about who we truly are.
Yeah, but isn't that coming from the separation?
Sure.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you saw the film already, The Octopus, My Teacher.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It's an amazing film, but what me amazed, because I didn't have any clue of it, the way the octopus changed in yeah, becoming his environment. Whatever there is, it knows, and it acts and it changes without any judgment, just going along with his knowing. As speaking of doubt, doubt isn't in that world. And wow, it was an amazing film. I would say for people
Yeah.
who are listening, go and have a look at
Yeah.
that film. It is.
My octopus teacher. I think the favorite scene in that movie is for me that shows the transformation of the person, of the diver.
Yeah,
When he is almost at the surface, so his snorkel can be above the waterline, and he cradles on his chest the octopus, and the octopus allows it.
yeah,
That union that they had and that being together, that
yeah.
oneness, that was.
That, Karina. Yeah, that energy of the oneness that touched me really, and the change that
Mhm.
that has in the diver. As yeah, it's like for me the same. Every time I get a nibit of this oneness, really, because
Mhm.
it's not. Yeah, I tasted it, and I know just a little thing more about it. But still, I acknowledge, still, I'm not really living of the oneness, because there is so much still
Yeah.
in my world
Same here.
to let go of. And it's diving deep. It's diving deep. And for me, as I experience it, is it takes a lot of courage. It takes also commitment with myself to be brutally honest with myself. And
Yeah.
I can only be brutal honest with myself when I don't judge anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when I go into judgment of something, then I avoid and I refuse also to be honest, brutally honest.
Hmm. And the one thing that just popped for me is what if those little instances when we experience oneness are almost the drug of consciousness? It makes us
Mm.
addicted to have more of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Because
typical
it's so,
addiction.
yeah, it is. It is because it's so yummy.
Hmm.
It's so yummy. It's more, more of this, please. More of this, please.
Yeah.
More of this. And it's not the more of, yeah, more of never enough, but not from taking, or getting and owning. It's really like, yeah, more of this beauty, more of this joy.
No.
Oh no, I'm the only one
I
I can
know,
get.
I know. I just have to tease so much. But really, it is. And again, if we look at nature, if we look at the earth, isn't there, uh, it's highly visible for me at least, that nurturing of life. Life is protecting life. Life is nurturing life. Life is asking for more of life. And that is not only expansive, but it's also joyfully expansive. You know,
Yeah,
and I can perceive that if I really allow myself to connect with something in nature, there is this awe, there is this gratitude, and there is this joy. And the joy is not, so often I experience people being joyous, and it's almost like they're manic. For me, it's a very, very quiet, but it's hard to describe for me, you know, but it's so expansive, and I can just be and relax into that and have no worries.
I hear you, Karina. I hear you, and I go along with you with that, because that that joy, that laughter, that nearly
Artificial?
artificial laughter doesn't match any longer. It doesn't match, and I can share it from a long distance in a matter of speaking when there is true joy. And it's not of being judgmental, it's acknowledging. And everyone can choose whatever they choose. I know for myself, I no longer choose to, to go along with that artificial made
Yeah.
whatever, whatever, because it's not only the joy, there is so much people who are really serious about things, and you have to go out from the care they have.
Hmm.
is that truly care? Mm, I have a little different point of view about that, but it's all fine.
And the thing is for the earth doesn't make a difference. You know, if you want to see anything between manic and depressed, if we look at the spectrum, it's fine with the earth. Earth has no judgment. What if we stop judging it and this is the right way and the correct way to do it, and this is the wrong and the incorrect way. Duh. You know,
because if you
ourselves.
Right, because if you see also the fruit on the tree, it's eaten by those who are manic and by those who are depressed. They will eat the same fruit.
Yeah.
Because earth gifts.
Earth gifts it, yeah. And how much is gifting right now? I mean, it just pops right now so appropriate because aren't we in harvest season? Where everything gets harvested. I mean, from apples, some things may already be over, other things are still coming, but it is sort of fall is harvest season. And can we also receive those gifts with gratitude?
Even in those corona times, because the earth didn't bother that there was a virus killing and doing this and this and this, the earth says, here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is
and
for
if
you.
the virus actually this beast that we need to fight, or if we start looking at it from a different perspective, might it change how we look at it?
Do you know, Karina, perhaps it's a theme for next week is diving deeper a little bit in the difference as fighting for something greater or fighting
against
for something that in truth is fighting against. What the different energies there are.
Let's do that. And I better write it down after we go offline, because otherwise I've forgotten by next week.
The same for me, because I know it's weekly, but sometimes it feels like years.
There's like in between.
So but that could be perhaps some interesting energy to speak about, because we are in a time of fight. Are we fighting against the virus? Are we fighting for the change? What is happening?
What is happening? Yeah. Okay.
Fine.
Let's say goodbye for today. And we'll see where we go next week.
Yes.
I look forward to.
Thank you. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.